Namaste, Gurudev. Gurudev, I have some questions. Context to India, Gurudev, which is heading towards Hindu Rashtra, Gurudev. And everybody knows India is the land of Hindus. But we can also not deny that many other communities, they have been dwelling there for many years. And if India becomes a Hindu Rashtra, what will happen to them? Will they be driven out from the country, or what will be the consequence?
Everybody knows that India is a democratic country. It's one of the longest democracy India has, in the world. One of the longest democracies is Indian democracy. And particularly having so many varieties of people, so many varieties of communities, they are living here in the subcontinent, and still it is a democratic country. So the question that you have made, whether the other communities will be troubled if it is proclaimed Hindu country. Hindu country, Hindu Rashtra, means it is only constitutionally announced its identity. It's only an identity. It's not that other communities must not be allowed to stay here and they should be driven out or something like that. No, it's not like that. But I cannot say if there are people who are identified with no authority staying in this country. In that case, what Indian government will take step, that is up to the government. But I should say that as in other countries, different communities are staying and working and living. Similarly, in India also, different communities may come and stay and live under certain rules and regulations. India should be Hindu country. If the Hindu Indians these days are becoming scared because of the number of the non-Hindu communities are increasing so greatly that the original Hindus might be troubled in the course of time. So India must be a Hindu country. There is no doubt. Hindu Rashtra should be proclaimed. If it is proclaimed as Hindu Rashtra, its foundation is strong, and that way world will be benefited, because it is India only where there are Vedas, where there are vast wisdom, of spiritual wisdom, knowledge. People are following or not, that is not the question, but the question is that it has the knowledge. It is there. The huge quantity of literatures are there which speak of people's elevation, spiritual elevation, and freedom from suffering. Suffering is there, and there is a reason for suffering, and there is a way for suffering, and the suffering can be removed. So these four spiritual truths have been proclaimed by the Indian sages like Kapil, like Buddha, So I think India helps the world to get rid of suffering by the practice of yoga and by other internal and external methods. So that way, India's existence for mankind, for the development of mankind, is necessary. So it should be Hindu country, so that the Vedic culture may continue. If it is non-Hindu country, it becomes a non-Hindu country somehow or other, then this culture will be all lost. As in the Muslim period, Aurangzeb's time, thousands of Brahmins, they ran away to the forest, they ran away to mountains. Nepal's Hindus are all from India. So that way, it is a trouble. They somehow maintained the Vedas. That is why Vedas are still existing. So the same situation should not come again. I think Indian government and Indian people should be careful enough to protect and preserve its culture. Culture should not be destroyed. Its spiritual culture, is day-to-day life culture should be maintained, I think. Education should be modeled according to that. And world should learn from that. Other communities might stay here, work here, and take the advantage of Indian benefits, but within the rules and regulations.